Orléans final. And we've got a lefty in the commentary box, Marielle Zagunis, double Olympic champion. Marielle, another big one here.
This is going to be an interesting bout. Georgiadou is very athletic. She's only been fencing exclusively for 7 years. Before that, she was a modern pentathlete, so she's a very, very well-rounded athlete. It's obviously serving her well. I don't know Sheveleva's sports background, but you know, if she's coming from the Russian system, you know that she's going to be very composed, have very, very good footwork, and I think this is going to be a great bout.
Yeah, I think you're right. And there is Sheveleva. One thing we do know about her is she made her international debut right here in Orléans in 2017. She took a European bronze medal in 2018. And this will be a first World Cup or Grand Prix medal for either of these athletes. Semi-final time here. Svetlana Sheveleva of Russia on your left going up against Despina Georgiadou of Greece on the right. We're expecting special things here as Sheveleva gets us off the mark.
What I love about seeing both of these ladies in the final is that Sheveleva was the alternate for the Tokyo team and actually was not put in for the team event and the gold medal. So she, unfortunately, didn't get her day in Tokyo. So to see her podium here at the first Grand Prix is really great news for her. I'm very happy for her. And this is Georgiadou's best result. I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. At 30 years old, she's made the podium for the very first time in an international fencing tournament. And we've got to have a look out for Despina Georgiadou as well. That's what she does as the sideline. Bit of football, or soccer as you call it in the States, punditry on Greek television.
Really?
She certainly does.
I did not know that. Such a smooth attack from Sheveleva. Smart, taking care of Georgiadou's blade, beating it out of the way so she can have a clear access to the target area. Wow. Watching these two athletes, just comparing them side by side, fencing each other, their styles are so different. And you can just see that, even if you're a fencing novice. Again, Sheveleva being very smart with that attack. Georgiadou seems to like to stick her blade out a lot when she's defending, and Sheveleva is being very smart by moving that blade out of the way.
I was going to say, she's very compact, isn't she, Sheveleva? Everything is neat and tidy. Not to say that it's untidy on the other side of the piece, but there's a little bit more movement in the arm from Georgiadou.
And that was what I was alluding to a little bit with style here. Sheveleva is definitely composed. She's very smooth. Georgiadou is, you know, she's very athletic, but she moves a little bit more kind of all over the place.
Yep.
She still has good control of her body, but it's just a much more explosive movement than we're seeing from Sheveleva.
Georgiadou calling for the video referral, and it's probably worth noting actually the right ankle of Georgiadou strapped up. She didn't get the video appeal that time, and that'll be from that amazing change of direction that she has, Georgiadou. She did have a little problem earlier on today. She had a little wobble on that ankle.
We did see that, yeah. And I heard from her coach that injury happened back in June, so I think that, you know, it looks like it might still be bothering her, but I think today she has a great showing.
Oof.
Even with an injury, sometimes that adrenaline can really help. I mean, it doesn't seem to be bothering her right now, but we did notice it earlier today.
Yeah, I think she got away with a bit of a lucky one there as well. Early start from Sheveleva. She'll only get one freebie. Usually the cards come out if you start early because it's such a massive advantage in sabre.
Well, and especially in front of a big audience like this, you want to make sure to follow dot your I's, cross your T's. Make sure you're giving cards when they're due.
And into preparation, the attack's given, and it's another appeal from GEORGIADOU. Now, this is critical because GEORGIADOU has just one video appeal left.
If I were in her shoes, I would have let it go. I would have taken the minute break, recompose myself, get some coaching, and get some water, because now, going in the second half, she might not have any videos left.
Well, you're right, she hasn't got any videos left, and that is the call. 8-4 for SHEVELEVA, looking a little bit more composed, a little bit more calm, and certainly in control of this semi-final.
When I spoke with GEORGIADOU before this bout, I told her, just have fun out there. She puts a lot of pressure on herself, and she's never been in this situation before. She has nothing left to lose. Just enjoy yourself. I think she might be a little bit nervous, but hopefully those nerves have shaken off in the first half.
Well, she's having a chat here with coach Christos Sanis. Down the other end, it's Ruslan Karimov. As we take a look back at some of the hits there, and we can really see the difference you're talking about. If you just look at that arm, that front arm, the left hand of both defenders, neat and tidy on the left. It's not that it's not controlled, as you said, on the right, but there's a lot more movement.
And that just is personal style, but also, country style. Again, GEORGIADOU's only been fencing exclusively for 7 years. I don't know how long Sheveleva's been fencing, but she comes from Russia. They're very, very technical fencers. They pay a lot of attention to doing things very precisely.
Halfway through this second semi-final, SHEVELEVA of Russia leading 8-4 against GEORGIADOU of Greece, and we're back underway.
Incredible footwork by SHEVELEVA. So patient in her attack, making GEORGIADOU guess, is she going now, is she going now? And finally, finished nice and smooth.
So being patient, but maintaining the right of way, maintaining control of the fight.
Being patient, maintaining the right distance, the right speed. This one, she was not patient, see, and GEORGIADOU just was able to stick her hand out. So SHEVELEVA is going to learn from that, I'm sure. But SHEVELEVA is so smooth, so composed, so poised. You wouldn't know if she was ahead or behind in a bout.
Now we get a call from the referee for Svetlana SHEVELEVA to sort out her hair. Now the reason for that is if it covers the valid target area, it will effectively annul a hit from her opponent. So the hair needs to be tucked up in that mask.
Wow, SHEVELEVA off the line. That was a close call, but I do think she was a little bit faster. GEORGIADOU using her stretchiness, her athleticism. SHEVELEVA misjudged the distance just a little too much there. See, she doesn't have a video. If I were her, I would have called video on that as well, but she used them up in the first half, so there's nothing she can do.
Yeah, burned the videos too early. To be fair to GEORGIADOU, it was actually the coach that insisted that she called for that second video, trying desperately on the back line to get in a counter.
You see how effective that patient attack is. Again, SHEVELEVA takes her time, changes the size and speed of her steps, and eventually pushes GEORGIADOU off the end of the strip. There's not much you can do in defense when you're at the end there. Okay, big risk, big reward from GEORGIADOU.
Was there a moment in there that SHEVELEVA had a right of way? Did the first riposte land?
I think it was no. I think GEORGIADOU's first riposte went through. SHEVELEVA tried for counter parry, but GEORGIADOU just too strong. I love reading fencers' body language. GEORGIADOU's down by 3 points, but you can tell she's still in it.
Pumped,
she's not giving up.
Yeah, and slight change of tactics as well. They're coming into the middle and then finishing.
Yep. And there you go. Yep, she's still fired up, still ready to go, not letting SHEVELEVA intimidate her in any way. Georgiadou is very confident with her attack off the line, and sure enough, it brings her within 2.
Is this a little bit of also trying to control the patient attack from SHEVELEVA?
Absolutely. SHEVELEVA has, when Georgiadou has given up distance and let SHEVELEVA attack, she's been very effective, SHEVELEVA. So this one, she kind of is confusing her. I'll let you attack me. SHEVELEVA pulls that arm thinking that she's going to have the whole strip to go, and Georgiadou takes advantage of that hesitation.
So momentum shifted a little bit. Is there enough time for Despina Georgiadou to turn this one around? Another attack from her. Listen, we talked about this earlier on. We're not 100% convinced of that there have been 2 Greek athletes in a semi-final of a World Cup or a Grand Prix. I think we can pretty much safely say 2 Greeks in the final would be a first.
That would be a first for sure. Oh, we got a yellow card. I'm not sure what that was for. Maybe false starting?
Early start. She still went off the line pretty quick there and gets the right of way as well.
You know, running off the line can also be strategic. You're showing your opponent, I'm going to go fast. And so maybe she'll take that yellow card, and then Georgiadou thinks she has to match the speed, but SHEVELEVA was able to hit her in prep. I haven't seen SHEVELEVA really change her strategy too much. I think Georgiadou is the one that's trying to take the initiative, and she knows she has to because she's been down the whole bout.
Preparation given there.
Yep, there's Georgiadou again trying to trick SHEVELEVA into thinking she's giving up distance, but SHEVELEVA really, really wants that attack. And again, you make your opponent second guess themselves, and all it takes is that slight hesitation. SHEVELEVA pulls her arm. Georgiadou has that explosive lunge and gets it in prep.
Referee going to have a look at this one, and this is about Despina Georgiadou's arm as she's coming forward, right?
I think it's her arm coming forward. She definitely started a lot faster, a lot bigger step, as you can see on the replay there. But this is going to be a very tight call if it's not simultaneous.
Well, the referee is back. He's given it to Georgiadou. This has warmed right up here. You've got to hope that Georgiadou does not need a video at this stage.
Right.
She's got herself right back into this fight.
And this last touch was crucial. It was such a tight call. I mean, it looks like simultaneous if you watch it, but if you watch it in slow motion, you can see that Georgiadou sprints off the line much faster than SHEVELEVA, so I understand why the referee would give that to the right.
All square here. Place in the gold medal match up for grabs. SHEVELEVA was, well, in the driving seat of this one. Despina Georgiadou has battled her way right back into this. Both athletes 3 away from a place in the gold medal match.
You've noticed SHEVELEVA has not gone backwards very much in the second half. I think she learned her lesson. Georgiadou is, again, very fast, very long. And you don't want to be on the receiving end of that attack. So there you go. SHEVELEVA is trying to push her forward. Georgiadou realizes this and is taking advantage by making her short off the line.
Very clever, stepped in, lured the end of the attack and stepped away, made a miss.
Now it's all in the mind of Georgiadou. What's she going to do? Is she going to keep pushing her forward, or is she going to try to draw SHEVELEVA short?
SHEVELEVA does. The short there pulls her short.
Smart move by SHEVELEVA. I just said she didn't go backwards, but at this stage of the game, she's got to try something different, I think.
Now, that's another one where the referee's going to go back and have a look at this.
Tricky.
Similar to the one that you went to look at before?
No, this was questionable blade contact, I think.
Well, We've seen a replay in the hall here. You've seen a replay on your screens. The referee's going to come back and give his decision. And he does give it to the right.
Okay.
And now Georgiadou surrenders her weapon. It's a little bit bent out of shape. I think this is also a little bit of a reset here. First time in a podium match, she's won away. Probably not a bad idea just to give herself a moment at 14-12 up.
I mean, credit to Georgiadou. She's made a very strong comeback here. It's taken a lot of mental fortitude for her to stay in this game. There's a lot of pressure. She hasn't been in this situation before with the crowd, with the pressure, semifinal of a Grand Prix. So she's doing a great job keeping herself composed.
Oh, and she's done it. She's turned this one around. Tactically, absolutely brilliant. She was behind by a long way at the break, but Despina Georgiadou has made it through to the gold medal match here at the Orléans Grand Prix, and she will go up against her Greek teammate, T04.